Listen to this.
Thanks for coming.
And all the fine cattle
Exegesis,
going about
both hopelessly corrupted and
good to
instantaneously
see. Rivers
transfigured.
and lakes and flowers.
Slippage on the
all sorts of
photocopier
shapes and
stretches the
smells and
plan
colours,
towards its limit,
springing up
elongating
even out
the
of
original to
ditches,
3 or 4
primroses
times
and
its
violets.
original length.
Nature
This produces
is
a
as for
speeding
them
plan,
saying
in
there's
which
no
the
God.
designation of
I wouldn't
space is
give a
given
snap
over
of
to
my 2
time
fingers
and
for
a
all their
documentation
learning.
of the
Why don't they
instantaneous.
go and create something? I often
Philip Drew
asked him.
draws our attention
Atheists,
to what he
whatever they
perceives as
call
Gwen
themselves,
Murfitt's
go
powerful
and wash
use
the
of such
coals off
attenuated
themselves
space
first.
when he is
Then they go
expounding on
howling
the
for the
lineality
priests
of the
and they
Munro
die.
farmhouse.
And why?
The attenuation
Because
of the
they're afraid
form is
hell on
intended
account
to
of their
channel
bad
and quicken the
conscience.
movement of the architectural
Yes,
space.
I know them well.
The longer the
There was
form
a
is
first
made,
person
the
in
greater is the
universe
final
before there
velocity
was
imparted
anybody
to the
that made
space.
it all
So the
on
house may be likened to a
that
kind of
they don't
subatomic
know.
particle
Neither do I, so
accelerator.
there you are.
The architectural
They might as
space,
well try to
speeded
stop
up
the
to
sun
give
from
it sufficient
rising
throw to
tomorrow.
carry the
The
axis to
sun
the
shines
horizon.
for you, he said. The day
Unfortunately,
will
this
lie
theme
among
of
the
a fast plan
rhododendrons
is not
on our
investigated
bed,
any further
in
by
the grey
Drew
tweed
through his
suit
analysis
and
of
his
Murphy.
straw hat.
Meanwhile,
The day I got him to
our
propose
fast
to
copies
me,
of the Varnaventuri
yes.
house plan
First I
seem
gave
to
him a bit
literally
of seed
accelerate
out
the
of my
complexities
mouth,
of the
and it was
original
like
to the
you,
limit,
like now.
flinging the
Yes,
complex
16
components of the
years ago,
plan
my
to a place
God.
beyond the
After
scope of
that long
the
kiss,
artful
I nearly lost
contradiction,
my breath.
pressing all the
Yes,
components of
he
the
said I
original
was
to the
flower of
boundary
the
of
mountain.
legibility.
Yes, so
This
we are
place
flowers
becomes a
all
zone of
over
the blur,
one's body.
a region in which
Yes.
it is doubt itself
That
which
was one
finds
true
greatest
thing he said in
elaboration,
his life.
a zone
And the sun
necessitating
shines for
another
you
kind of
today.
dexterity,
Yes,
an
that was
intrinsic
why I
zone of
liked him,
interpretation,
because I saw
a zone
that
which
he
seems to test the
understood
very
or felt
proposition
what
of
a woman
complexity
is,
or
and I
analysis.
knew I could always get round him.
Yet
And I
care has
gave him
been
all the
taken not
pleasure
to
I
allow
could,
this zone to
making him
disintegrate
up till he asked
entirely,
me to say
or to become
yes,
spread so
and I
thin
wouldn't
that it
answer
can no longer
first.
sustain
I looked out
continuous
over the
and
sea
radical
and the sky.
interpolation.
I was thinking of so many
And
things that
somehow,
he
such
didn't know,
interpolation
of Mulvey and
necessarily
Mr.
finds its
Stanhope
dependence
and Hester
more
and
in the
Father
discourse and
Rocket
latent
Crows
shrewdness of
and
a
the
Mrs.
sails
Malaprop
playing,
and Herd,
all birds
rivals of
flying,
a
I
nice
say
arrangement
stoop,
of
and
epitaphs,
washing up dishes,
rather than a nice
the
arrangement of
cards of the
epaulets.
bulls and
Yes,
the old castle,
more in many certainties
thousands of
doubtfully
years old.
expressed,
Yes,
and more in the
and those
understanding
handsome
arising
Moors,
between entirely
white
independent
turbans like
languages,
kings,
and yes,
asking you to
even
sit down
reckless
in their
dependence
little bit
upon
of a shop
systems which
and
only
wonder
deny
with the old
contemplation
windows
to
full of
elaborate a
ciders,
language which
two
can define the
glancing
blur
eyes,
with
a
exacting
lattice seat for a
misappropriation,
lover,
becoming
the
capable
glorious
not only of
sunsets
another
and the fig
rendering,
trees in the
but also of
Alameda
documentation
Gardens. Yes,
of the merely
and all the
dimensions,
queer little
and
streets,
ultimately
and the
just
pink and
construction
yellow
without any
houses,
nonsense.
and the rose
Yes,
gardens,
just
and
another
the
building.
jessamine and geraniums
Yes.
and cactuses, and Gibraltar as a girl, where I was a flower of the mountain. Yes.